Welcome back to K-Side Press. I'm Eddie Law. Joining us today is one of the baddest flyweights on the planet. You want finishes? She's got them. You got an arm or a neck you don't want? She'll take them, whether you like it or not. There are no boring fights with this 6'2" badass in the cage, taking on Maritza Sanchez at LFA 217, September 12th in Prior Lake, Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, the boss is in the building. Chey Bowers, how you doing, Chey?
Good. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking the time. So, last time out, nice early finish, right? Grabbed the arm bar and Elizabeth Rodriguez, I think it was, in the first round. But I wanted to ask about the journey to the fight itself, because that came after a bit of a heartbreak, right? Like,
Yes.
frankly, an insane decision loss to Shannon Clark. That was because I remember I watched the fight because I watch all the LFAs, and I watched it, and I'm just like, y'all ain't seeing what we're seeing. What's going on here? So, to her credit, she kind of recognized that she didn't win the fight. But how long did that stick in your heart? Like, did you were just like really upset about it, or did you kind of accept it and move on?
I definitely lingered on it maybe a couple weeks. I actually work with a sports psychologist, and so I booked a session with her right away and was like, we need to talk about this. And she helped me work through some things and just kind of like figure out what all of my emotions were kind of doing. And yeah, deep down, I still believe I won the fight, but at the end of the day, it comes down to making three specific people believe that I won that fight. And I didn't do my job that night. So, I think for me, the only frustrating thing I have left about that whole situation is that Shannon has yet to fight since then. And I'm trying to put, I'm trying to hopefully get another one in before the end of the year even. So I just decided, stay active, keep improving. Eventually somebody will come calling. So.
Yeah. Did you talk to her after the fight? I'm like, hey, come on, what happened there.
I did, we got to kind of see each other in passing very briefly. And at that time, I was still so kind of like licking my wounds and everything that I just kind of kept it pleasant. We moved on and set our ways. But yeah, she made it known in the cage for sure that she did not agree with the judges.
Gotcha. So you came back with some kind of energy, girl, because like against Rodriguez and Sioux Falls, so you were very methodical on that one, right? You striking looked solid. You double legged there, like it was just like it looks so like a lot of emotion came out when you did it, and then just Habib style, lace the legs, worked your way up, snatched the arm. Good night, see you later. How good did it feel to get a win like that coming off that other loss?
Oh yeah, it was all I had thought about that entire camp, right? On top of being able to compete in Sioux Falls where I live and train for that hometown crowd just made it, icing on the cake type of thing. But yeah, we kind of went back to against Shannon. I was like, okay, I think I'm winning on the feet. So I'm really going to try to showcase my striking. I hadn't really done that at that point. I was like, I have 5 rounds to work with. So that's when we kind of adjusted the game plan mid-fight. And then after the loss, I was like, you know what? Nobody's been able to beat game plan A yet. So let's go back to game plan A. Punch him in the face, take him down, get the tap. And so that's what we went with going into my fight in April. And yeah, it worked in the first round. So
hey, it's always nice to get the job done early.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. All right, one fight I want to ask you about before we get into September 12th here. Aline Perez, right? Pereira. In 2023, you went in as an underdog. We all knew the story right behind her, right? Sister of former UFC, 2-division champ, Alex Pereira and all that. You went in super aggressive because when I was watching it, I kid you not, I almost burst out laughing. Like, what is she thinking when you started doing this? I'm like, she's Mike Tyson. She's going out like Mike Tyson. Oh, like I was tripping because I was like, yo, that's crazy. So you went in super aggressive. You got the takedown off the rip. What was it like to not only get that win, but as an underdog? And you kind of like it almost seemed like you were telling everybody, like, hey, I know you're giving her flowers already, but check me out. I'm right here.
Yeah. In the locker room right before I walked out for that fight, my coach Bruce had just got back. He had cornered one of my teammates, and my teammate had struggled to get his opponent down, and he just really wasn't committing to his shots. And so my coach Bruce, he walked in, he was like, if you don't shoot in the first 15 seconds, he was like, we're going to lose this fight. He's like, you need to get respected right away. And so he's like, remember the head movement we worked on? Get inside, get your hands on her, get her to the ground. And so that's all I kept telling myself as I'm waiting for the ref to say fight. I was like, go get a takedown. And yeah, you know, it worked. And then after that, I think once I was able to keep her down that first round, definitely gave me a confidence boost. But I think she realized, she's like, oh crap, like if I let her get inside or even get close, like we're going to be spending the rest of the time on the mat. So that was a confidence booster for myself in the aspect of like, she was this big name and I was kind of a nobody from a very small town in the Midwest, and just kind of put me on the map a little bit.
There you go. No, because I kid you not, when you start doing that, like going back and forth, I'm like, and at least you could see her eyes. She opened her eyes like you were Chucky coming at her. It was the wildest thing. I've never seen her look like that before. So that was cool. I was like, after you won the fight, I'm like, that's a super feather in her cap. I'd be talking about that forever. All right, so let's September 12th, Prior Lake, Minnesota, LFA 217. This time standing across from you, Maritza Sanchez. How are you feeling physically and mentally coming into this one?
Yeah, physically, I feel like I kind of streamline and find all the details that go into truly being a pro fighter. Like my training has always been top notch. You know, I'm not putting in any less time now than I ever have, but you know, the nutrition, the sleep, the recovery, the sports psych, like I'm fine tuning all of these things. And so I feel like mentally, physically, emotionally, I'm just continuing to improve each camp. On the other side, I feel like even though I've built this stellar reputation of lots of finishes against high level opponents, there's still a lot of disrespect out there. And I feel like a lot of people still kind of call me a boring fighter, or, you know, they just don't think I have what it takes to get to the next level. And so I kind of feel like this is my Contender Series fight, even though it's not. So we're both 6-2. We're both right on the cusp. And whether that's UFC or PFL, whoever that major league is, I'm kind of viewing this as my Contender Series. She's, you know, aside from Shannon and Borisova, like the most highly sought after person. So, you know, we're running on all cylinders, going full steam ahead. I don't know if that Mike Tyson head movement will come out, but I'll definitely be coming at her with the same type of aggression.
I would at least try it. I mean, that'd be fun. So she's pretty well rounded overall, but she's a dynamite. She's actually strike. You know, she spent most of her time in Combate Global. You know, very, very, very Latino fighter for sure. She likes to crack, but you can crack as well. I've seen you throw hands. So where do you see your advantages in the matchup?
You know, kind of going back to what I said before, nobody's beat game plan A yet. So we're going to stick with game plan A. And, you know, I do best when I'm flowing and feeling comfortable, feeling confident. So, you know, why not take it to the mat where I feel the most comfortable and then go from there. I do think I have taken my striking and up another level. In this last camp, I got to bring in a whole bunch of different types of champions. In their own right, I brought in a couple brown belts that have won worlds. I brought in a girl that just won Gamma worlds. And so I just got to train with a lot of high level girls. And yeah, so I just think I'm bringing a whole new level of the boss to the cage.
There you go. Did you train with Brader for this one?
I did get to train with her a little bit. She kind of came and visited while her teammate Lizzie was fighting. And so we got a few, like 3 or 4 good days of training in together, just spur of the moment. Had no idea we would cross paths. Trained so well together. It was awesome. It was super fun to have her in the gym.
Yeah, she's on the card too. So that's why I'm asking. I'm like, yeah, I think you got some in there. That's cool. Is there any part of you in terms of Maritza that you think, all right, maybe like, all right, y'all think this girl's got some kind of stand-up savage or something? Okay, watch this. Like you're thinking like, hey, I'm just going to slug it out with her and see what happens. Like any part of you thinking you might get to that point?
Yeah, we've talked about it. You know, if maybe she's like Shannon's strength surprised me. I'm usually the bigger girl in the cage, and so when she just kind of like picked me up out of half guard and tossed me to the side, I was like, okay. So maybe, you know, something like that. I'll be surprised, and I'm like, we have to keep it on the feet again. We have to slug it out. We do a lot of rounds in practice where we're just in the pocket and it's very playful and it's figuring out how to move hands out of the way, how to get into these little, you know, these little cheap shots or sniper shots. So I've spent a lot of time there. So I do feel confident if it goes that route, I'll hold my own. I'm still a big, strong girl. I can take it. So I'm ready for anything because like you said, she's well-rounded, and what girl isn't at this point? If she's 6-2, she's got to be well-rounded. So nothing comes at me as like surprising. I feel like I've seen a little bit of everything that she shows in various opponents. It's just now in one package. So just becoming more well-rounded and well-prepared.
Shoot, hey, who knows? Maybe you get one of those Holloway point down moments. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome, especially right before Gable Stevenson comes out.
Exactly. Hey, we might steal the show before he even gets out there. You never know. All right, so a win here gets you to 7-2, right? 2 in a row. Following this fight. The question is going to be, who or what does Chey Bowers want next?
I mean, I don't think it should be a surprise at what I want next, right? I want the major leagues. I want the UFC. I want the PFL. And I just want to fight better girls, right? Like there's nobody at this level. I had a UFC vet turn me down to fight for a belt over the summer. I had like 4 or 5 other girls turn me down until Maritza finally said yes the second time we asked her. And so I kind of want to enter the space where like it's not really up to you anymore. Like we're fighting and then we're going to continue to climb the ladder. So I want to be able to challenge myself, start fighting for belts again, working my way up a bigger ladder. I feel like I've kind of hit the ceiling at this level, at the regional level. There's not anybody that really wants to fight me. So yeah, I'm just waiting for a phone call. I think a good performance can definitely make that happen.
And you got a willing opponent for this one. I'll tell you that right now. It's gonna be it's gonna be a good one. All right, let's do some quick fire questions here, and then we'll get you on your way. First one, outside of fighting, what's the most important thing for Chey Bowers?
Ooh, most important thing, I would say my husband and my dogs.
There you go. And would that be the answer for who your biggest supporter is right now?
He is definitely number one, but I have a very, very close second. Probably an equal number one, and my best friend Sarah. She's a sponsor. She's a single mom and entrepreneur. She is growing her own business, chasing her own dreams, fighting her own fights. So she would definitely be my next one.
Gotcha. All right. Who's your favorite combat sports athlete of all time?
Of all time, I would say I love Joanna, young Jacek. She is just a masterclass on the feet, and she's so gritty, especially for somebody who's so fast and small and tiny, and she can just lay one on you. So she's probably right now. She's my current favorite.
There you go. All right, here's a silly one. If we hop in your car right now, going anywhere, and you started the car, and the song, when the radio kicked on, what song is blasting right away?
Oh, my husband and I both hyperfixate on songs, so we'll listen to like the same 3 songs on repeat. And I always pick a walkout song that kind of matches the vibe of my camp. And so it would be Pressure by Karmic. That would probably be playing.
There you go. That's a solid one. There you go. All right, real quick, we'll do the little round of I call it flyweight knockout, but I'm sure you've seen this happen before. Basically, I give you 2 fighters. You get to pick the one that you think is better or you like best or whatever, and then we go down a list and see if that fighter makes it all the way through and see who comes out at the end. You good?
Sounds good.
All right. First pair, and it's not going to be easy off the rip because we got some killers at 125. Liz Carmouche or Manon Fiorot?
Ooh, Manon Fiorot.
Manon Fiorot. All right, Manon Fiorot or Alexi Grasso?
Manon again. Yep.
All right, Manon or he's a tough one. Rose Namajunas.
Oh. I think current Rose, who's now lost to her. I think she could do it. I think she would win again.
There you go. All right, Rose or Jessica Andrade?
I'm gonna go Rose. She's just too technical now.
All right, now this is the toughest one. I don't know why I didn't put it last, but okay. Rose or Bullet?
I'm gonna say Bullet. She's just too good on the ground in her wrestling. She's Bullet for sure.
All right, now this might be a little different then. Bullet or Erin Blanchfield?
I really want to see this fight happen.
Yeah.
I think the Bullet's probably going to take it, but I think Erin could give her a good run for her money if she can get it to the ground.
All right, there you go. All right, September 12th, LFA 217. What can the fans expect from the boss, Chey Bowers?
I'm coming, like I said, coming in with that same aggression. We're shooting for a first round tap out. If not, you can expect some gritty inside boxing for 3 rounds.
Hey, the boss has spoken. Do not miss it. LFA 217, Friday, September 12th, from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Mystic Lake Casino, taking on Maritza Sanchez on the main card. Tickets available on Ticketmaster, broadcasting live on YouTube. She won't be. She's going to be on UFC Fight Pass. So don't even bother with that. She's on the main card. You got to pay for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, Chey Bowers.
Thank you. Thank you so much.